up right where she left off, breaking more WNBA record. Unfortunately for Sky fans, it came in the form of a loss, 99-74.
Well, it may be time for Angel Reese to consider taking up a different game. Tiddlywinks, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what game she wants to possibly take up. I know one thing, she can't wait for the Unrivaled season to start at this point.
This wasn't just another loss. This was humiliation. Angel Reese, the player everyone was talking about, just hit rock bottom on live TV. The Chicago Sky's season is spiraling out of control, and tonight's blowout wasn't just bad. It might be the worst in WNBA history. But what really happened behind the scenes? Why is Reese struggling so badly? And could this disaster force her out of Chicago sooner than anyone expected? In this video, we're breaking down the shocking details from Reese's latest nightmare performance, including the moment her own teammate walked away in frustration. You'll see the numbers that prove this isn't just a slump, it's a full collapse. We'll also reveal the growing tension inside the locker room, why experts are calling this team historically awful, and how Caitlin Clark's success is, making Reese's failures even harder to ignore. But here's what nobody's talking about yet. The real reason Chicago's front office might already be making moves behind closed doors. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's next for Angel Reese, and it's not what you think. Welcome to the channel. Let's get into it.
Angel Reese, part 33! Let's get it!
Only lost by 25 this time.
Bang!
That stuffer coming hot with the stats. She went 0 of 8, 5 turnovers, and she got 1 hit stick.
Bang!
She had 12 rebounds. 8 of them were the rebounds, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. How about it?
Bang!
Okay, there's another rebound. Let's do it again.
Bang!
Another rebound. Do it again.
Bang!
Another rebound. One more time.
Bang!
Hey, you're allowed to pass the ball?
The Chicago Sky's disastrous start to the season just got worse. Angel Reese, once hailed as a rising WNBA superstar, suffered another brutal humiliation on live TV, this time in a crushing 99-74 loss to the New York Liberty. But the scoreboard wasn't the only embarrassment. Reese went 0 for 8 from the field, scoring just 2 points while racking up 5 turnovers. Even worse, her own teammate, Kamilla Cardoso, visibly walked away in frustration after Reese ignored open passes to force yet another missed shot. This wasn't just a bad game, it was a breaking point. Fans and analysts are now questioning if Reese's ego is destroying the Sky's chemistry. Social media erupted with clips of Cardoso's reaction, with one fan writing, "Kamilla is so tired of watching this. She needs to get out of Chicago ASAP." Meanwhile, Reese's rivalry with Caitlin Clark took another ugly turn. While Clark dominated with a historic triple-double in their last matchup, Reese's struggles have become a punchline, like when she blew a wide-open layup against Clark, sparking viral memes. Behind the scenes, tensions are boiling. Rumors swirl that Reese could demand a trade by July if things don't improve. And with the Sky's locker room reportedly divided, some fans are already pinning their hopes on rookie Hailey Van Lith to salvage the season. But here's the real question. Is Reese's downfall about poor play or something deeper? Some insiders claim her feud with Clark goes beyond basketball, calling it a seething rage fueled by jealousy. One thing's clear, Chicago's season is on the brink. And after tonight, Angel Reese isn't just fighting opponents, she's fighting for her future. The Chicago Sky's nightmare season hit a new low with their embarrassing 99-74 loss to the New York Liberty. This blowout came just days after their humiliating 35-point defeat to Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever, leaving fans wondering if this team has hit rock bottom. But the real story wasn't just the score. It was Angel Reese's shocking performance that had everyone talking. Reese put up arguably the worst stat line of her career. 0 for 8 shooting, just 2 points and 5 turnovers in 25 minutes of play.
And it was Angel Reese setting women's basketball back 30,000 years at this point. I mean, truly. I mean, I'd say back to the age of T-Rex, but she does get rebounds, so she can't actually pound the ball. What she cannot do is shoot the ball at all. And the same woes from last year are back. But I'm going to point something out.
Caught her repeatedly arguing with referees instead of getting back on defense, while her teammates scrambled to cover for her mistakes. The most telling moment came when rookie Kamilla Cardoso, who had been wide open under the basket 3 straight possessions, threw her hands up in frustration after Reese forced yet another contested shot. Social media exploded with clips of Cardoso visibly shaking her head and walking away from the play. "She's done with Angel's nonsense," one viral tweet read, as fans noticed the growing tension between the two post players. Analysts pointed out that Reese and Cardoso are essentially playing the same position, crashing the boards and clogging the paint instead of working together. The Liberty took full advantage of Chicago's dysfunction, with Sabrina Ionescu torching the Sky for 22 points while Reese struggled to stay in front of her assignments. By the fourth quarter, the Chicago crowd, once excited about their new-look team, began filing out early as the deficit ballooned to 30 points. With each missed shot and turnover, Reese's body language grew worse, raising serious questions about her ability to lead this young team. The Chicago Sky's catastrophic start has basketball analysts digging through the record books. With back-to-back blowout losses by 25-plus points and a disjointed roster that can't seem to function, serious questions are emerging about whether this might be one of the worst teams the WNBA has ever seen. Advanced stats paint a brutal picture. Their offensive rating ranks dead last in league history through 5 games, while their defensive effort has been non-existent. At the heart of the problem is the dysfunctional pairing of Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso. Both natural power forwards, they're constantly fighting for the same rebounds and clogging the paint on offense. During timeouts, cameras have caught them sitting at opposite ends of the bench, with Cardoso often receiving instruction from assistants, while Reese stares blankly ahead. Their on-court chemistry is so poor that opponents are exploiting their lack of communication for easy backdoor cuts. What makes this situation particularly alarming is the complete leadership vacuum. Veteran point guard Courtney Williams has tried to steady the ship, but Reese's insistence on forcing bad shots,
I think so
she's
many
shooting
people are
just
watching women's
32%
basketball
from
right
the
now.
field,
It all
undermines
started from the
any
national
offensive
championship
rhythm.
game, and I've been dealing with this for
During
2
their
years
recent
now.
loss to New
And
York,
understanding,
the broadcast caught
negative
Reese
things have
yelling
probably
at
been said
teammates
about
after
me, but
turnovers
honestly,
while refusing
I'll
to take
that
accountability
because
for
look
her
what
own
women's basketball is.
mistakes.
People are talking about women's
Historical
basketball, but you never think
comparisons
that
are
we're talking about
already
women's
being
basketball.
made to
People
the
are pulling up to
2011
games.
Tulsa
We got
Shock,
celebrities coming to games,
who
sold
went
out arenas,
3-31
just
in a
because
season
of
filled
one
with
single
locker
game.
room turmoil.
And just looking at that,
But
like,
even
I'll
that
take that
team
role.
had
I'll
a
take the
clear
bad guy role,
franchise
and I'll
player
continue
in
to
Liz
take that on
Cambage.
and be that for
The
my
Sky's
teammates.
identity
And if
crisis
I wanna be
runs
that, I
so
know I'll go
deep
down in history.
that some
I'll look back in 20
analysts
years and be
wonder
like,
if they'll
yeah,
even
the
be
reason why we
competitive
watching
this
women's
season.
basketball is not just because of one
With
person. It's
each
because of me too. And I want y'all to
embarrassing
realize
loss,
that. Like,
the
it's not
calls
just
for
'cause
major
of one
roster
person.
changes
A lot
grow
of us have
louder.
done so much for this
The
game,
contrast
and
between
Kennedy's been here
Caitlin
before,
Clark and
obviously,
Angel
but
Reese's
there are
rookie
so many great
seasons
players in
couldn't
this
be
league that have
starker.
deserved this for a really,
While
really
Reese
long time,
floundered
and
in Chicago's
luckily,
historic
it's coming
blowout
now.
losses, Clark made WNBA history in her debut, dropping a 20-point, 10-rebound, 10-assist triple-double to lead the Fever past the league-leading Liberty. The stats tell the story. Clark's Fever are playoff-bound, while Reese's Sky are flirting with the worst record in WNBA history. Clark's impact goes beyond numbers. She's elevated her teammates, with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell thriving alongside her. Meanwhile, Reese's tunnel vision, ignoring open teammates like Kamilla Cardoso to force contested shots, has fractured Chicago's chemistry. Even their leadership styles diverge. Clark deflects praise to her team, while Reese's sideline arguments with refs and teammates dominate post-game discussions. The debate is heating up. Analysts question if Reese's brand, built on LSU's NCAA title and viral trash talk, overshadowed her raw skills. She's a rebounding specialist trying to be a superstar, one ESPN commentator noted, suggesting she'd thrive as a sixth woman. Others point to Clark's seamless transition from college dominance, 17 triple-doubles at Iowa, to WNBA stardom as proof Reese was overhyped. Even their rival moments backfired. Clark's smart foul on Reese sparked praise for her basketball IQ, while Reese's too little taunt at Alyssa Thomas looked desperate during a 3-for-12 shooting night. With Clark now a two-time triple-double record holder and Reese fighting for her starting job, the Rookie of the Year race feels like ancient history. The real irony? Clark's success, drawing record crowds and TV ratings, has financially benefited Reese's own team. But as one fan tweeted, Angel's cashing checks while Caitlyn's cashing wins. The whispers are getting louder. Angel Reese's future in Chicago may already be in doubt. Just 2 games into the season, analysts like Jason Whitlock are setting an over-under on when she'll demand a trade, with July 1st floated as a potential breaking point. The Sky's historically awful start, 60-point differential, and Reese's dismal performance, 0 for 8 shooting, 5 turnovers in their latest loss, have only fueled speculation. But is a trade realistic? The Sky invested heavily in Reese as a franchise cornerstone, pairing her with Kamilla Cardoso and adding veterans like Courtney Vandersloot and Ariel Atkins to stabilize the roster. Yet, the early returns are disastrous. Reese and Cardoso's overlapping skill sets clog the paint, and their on-court tension, like Cardoso walking away after repeated ignored passes, hints at deeper locker room fractures. If the losses pile up, Reese's camp could push for a fresh start. Potential suitors might include teams needing rebounding, e.g. Dallas, if they lose Satu Sabali, or franchises craving her star power. But Chicago's front office faces a brutal choice: double down on their young core or cut losses early. GM Jeff Pagliaca's aggressive offseason moves suggest he's not patient. Atkins was acquired to win now, and Reese's struggles undermine that plan. The Sky's $38 million new facility and long-term vision should incentivize patience. But Reese's plummeting efficiency, 23.5% shooting inside 5 feet, and league-worst plus acres can't be ignored. With Caitlin Clark thriving in Indiana, the pressure on Reese and Chicago's willingness to tolerate her growing pains will only intensify. Angel Reese's disastrous start has become must-watch basketball, but for all the wrong reasons. The once unstoppable NCAA champion now looks lost in Chicago's collapsing offense, while her rival Caitlin Clark rewrites WNBA history. The numbers don't lie. Reese's 32% shooting and league-worst plus-minus tell the story of a player struggling to adapt to the pros. But here's what we want to know from you. Is this just rookie growing pains or something more serious? Could Reese's game actually translate better coming off the bench? And with Chicago already 10 games back in the standings, should they start planning for next season today? The debate is raging everywhere, from ESPN panels to Twitter threads. Some fans point to her rebounding as proof she'll figure it out, while others see her forced shots and defensive lapses as red flags. Where do you stand? Drop your take in the comments. Do the Sky need to shake up their roster, or should they ride it out with Reese? And if you think she should be traded, where would be the best fit? Your opinion might just be the solution Chicago needs. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.